everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WOCReader, and welcome back to my channel. You ever have those days where you just feel like staring at the wall and mindlessly scrolling on your phone? Yeah, I have one of those days at least once a week, but it's hard when you are a content creator and you feel like you constantly have to put something out there, and those days that you're spending just scrolling, you could be doing something more productive. I could be reading, I could be writing, I could be sitting and filming a video. So I usually try to put out one video a week at least, sometimes two on a good week. It really depends on what I have scheduled. If there's just like a hot button topic that's finally being addressed in the community that I am always talking about, so I feel like now I have to get my thoughts out there while everybody's talking about it. So many different factors. If you notice my YouTube shorts, a lot of times those aren't bookish. I just kind of put whatever I want there. If I'm traveling, I post some clips there, do like a little mini vlog. If I am shopping, sometimes I will show you guys my shopping finds. I do makeup. I do whatever I want in YouTube shorts. So I appreciate y'all who will watch any and everything from me, truly. With the long form videos, I have to put a little more effort in. On a good day, I will sit down and write notes with my key talking points so that when I sit down in front of the camera, I can just refer down to them and the video just flows easier. Sometimes I'm just talking off the dome about a topic, and sometimes that's where it's harder. It can take me 1 to 2 hours to film a 12-minute video if I don't feel prepared enough, because I'll start yapping and then I'll have some good points and then I'll stop filming, then I'll have some good points, then I'll go back in and try and splice things together, and it doesn't always work like that, and then I might just refilm the whole video because I didn't like how I looked that day. When I'm sitting down trying to put together a video, a lot of times I'm thinking about, okay, do I have a nice shirt to wear that's going to grab attention? What's my hair looking like? Do I have a makeup look that goes with the vibe of this recommendation video? Because I noticed that when my hair and makeup is on point and it goes with whatever the theme is of the video, I get more clicks. YouTube is just such a funny game because you never know what exactly is going to hit in the algorithm. Sometimes it'll be a video you didn't really put much effort into that'll just happen to go and go. Sometimes it's something that I was really passionate about and I put work into, and then it didn't get as many views and likes as I wanted it to. I see people who will get on this platform and it's like every month they're getting thousands and thousands more followers, whereas I've just hit 2K and I'm cheering because I'm like, finally, after being on here for almost 5 years, I hit 2K. That's amazing. 2,000 people wanted to follow me, and not necessarily 2,000 people are watching me consistently, but so many people have come across my channel and felt the need to watch a video, to hit the like button, to share it with friends. So it's something that I be grateful for, but at the same time, it's like, I wish some of my videos could get the views of like a drama channel where that's all they discuss 24/7. But I know for me, I wouldn't be able to discuss drama 24/7 because I don't care about some of the stuff that happens in the book community. I don't read a lot of the authors that the drama is always about. I don't read a lot of the popular books, and it's a lot to recap and get a video filmed out on time. That's why when I do something that is dealing with the drama, it's usually something I'm very passionate about. Either I was a part of the conversation on social media, or I've been having the conversation with friends for so long and it's like now it finally came to light. Because it's work. Editing is work. Filming is work. I have a YouTube video that I need to put up. I was actually supposed to put it up for Monday because normally I post on a Monday. I'm going to put it up on a Tuesday. I haven't even started editing it yet, but I need to go sit down and edit it because I want to get it up for you guys, because I like to have at least one video out a week. That's just me. If I skip a video like during the week, it was probably a bad week for me. And even when it was a bad week, like some of you were around 2 years well, almost 2 years ago when my dad passed, I had pre-filmed content in advance just because I had extra time. It was a good distraction. I had a lot going on in my life during the time. So when I was able to sit down and pre-film, like, that was the best thing, because there were a lot of days where I just cried. I just cried for like a good 6 months every single day. So when I sat down and pre-filmed, it was a great thing. I love talking with you guys. So many of you had reached out to me during the time and lifted my spirits. So by the time that happened, I took some time off from filming. I only missed about a week of video uploads, and it wasn't even that week, which was pretty cool. And I love that so many people did reach out to me with kind words and stick by me and deal with my sadness, because I wasn't my usual perky self, and I had all these thoughts going through my head about life. And I've met some amazing people on this platform who I can honestly say are friends, who were there for me. Shout out to people like Shay and Alicia, who were constantly doing lives with me, and so many of you guys have also followed me on my writing journey. So I love what this channel brings. Like, it holds me accountable to my reading. It holds me accountable to my writing, but at the same time, I get exhausted. I get tired sometimes. I sit down and I'm not sure what I want to put on the camera. Sometimes my throat is dry and I don't feel like yapping. Sometimes I have a lot to say, or I think I have a lot to say, and then I sit down and I can't get the words out. A lot of people talk about how when you do bookish content, reading feels like a job. I read a lot of books by Black authors. When I started this platform, I had actually started as a book blogger first. So originally, I was going to book blog after I graduated from college. I did not read as much when I was in college. I only read during breaks and only but so many books. It wasn't an everyday reading thing. So when I graduated, I said, I'm going to get back into books. I started a book blog and then just ignored it after, I think, 1 or 2 posts. And I did not pick up that book blog again until the end of 2019. At that point, I had been reading, I had discovered NetGalley, I was getting some arcs, and I was talking about some books. I was reading a couple of books a month, but nowhere near what I read now. And I really just wanted to talk about the stuff I was reading with other people. Even when people would recommend me Booktube videos and they were Black creators, they weren't talking about the books that I was reading. So I had this yearning to find my people I could just chat about books with, whether they were good, bad, or indifferent. I had all these criticisms and these raves and just so much I wanted to say. So I started doing my reviews on the book blog, and I started commenting on YouTube in 2020. I established a channel that I could write comments on in the lives of people's videos, because we were just on here lost, confused, stuck in the house. I was working every day, so that was a whole thing where I was working from home every day. I would get off of work, immediately take an hour nap, and then just read all night. Everybody was watching stuff on streaming. I was reading, and I was sitting in the lives of my favorite creators, and we were discussing books. So when I finally decided to make my own channel in 2021, it was nerve-wracking. And the only reason why I sat down and finally decided to do it was because I got this new foundation. It was looking really cute, and I just felt really beautiful. And I said, fuck it, I'm going to make that video. And I was surprised people were following me and wanted to hear what I had to say. There were so many different topics I was passionate about that I couldn't wait to continue shouting out. And it was interesting to be able to reach a new set of people through YouTube. But at the same time, I had been using my blog to do a lot of my think pieces there. So then I started doing less think pieces on the blog and taking more of those topics and turning them into discussion videos on YouTube. So then my blog mostly became reviews and author interviews. Lately I haven't really done any author interviews. I've just interviewed so many authors, and I interviewed authors consistently for 3 years straight that I started to fall off last year. I had already talked to so many people. There are some that I do want to get out this year, hopefully, but I needed a bit of a break from that because if I read a book and I didn't enjoy the book, a lot of times I have nothing to ask the author. And so I get to the interview and I can't think of good questions to ask them because I don't want to ask them the same things everybody already asks them all the time. And then some authors give the same types of answers in every interview. So if I've watched your interviews or I've read your interviews and I don't like your interview style, I don't want to interview you either. So that kind of content kind of took a backseat. I did do some live interviews here that were pretty cool. Shout out to everybody who supported me for that as well, because y'all really made those lives lit. And I don't know where content wise what I'm gonna do with the blog now. I'm still trying to post a couple of times a month. If I post once a week a review, it's a great thing, but I feel like my written reviews have fallen off compared to previous years. I'm not always sure what to say about the current books I'm reading because most of the time the books aren't egregiously bad, but they also aren't great. They're just kind of average, and when it's average, I have less to say. And the same thing when I get on here. I have less to say about certain books, so it makes it harder for me to sit down and do a wrap-up now and give you guys my complete and concise thoughts, because I hold up a book and I'm just like, I don't know, like, it happened, I read it, do I really remember much about it? No. Did the characters stand out? No. Was it awful? No. But it also wasn't amazing. I noticed too, a lot of the people that I used to follow consistently even a few years ago barely post now, if they post at all. And that's a little disheartening as well, because that's part of what made the community so fun on here, getting to talk to these different people. Because I'm sorry, a lot of the booktubers who do get recommended to me, I'm not a fan of. They don't talk about books in an interesting way for me. I don't have to love the same books as a booktuber I watch. I've been watching Heather for years, and she and I rarely read the same books, and when we do read the same books, we tend not to like them. But she has a way in which she talks about books, what she loves and hates, that just sucks me in and keeps me wanting to listen. Despite, again, I'm nowhere near as big of a romance reader as her. I enjoy romance, but I don't read mainly romance like her. I also don't read the types of romance she reads. She can ping pong between a cutesy contemporary to a dark romance. I cannot. I don't really touch dark romance like that. But I just love watching her do her thing. So I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about Burnout, because I'm not completely burnt out. I'm still finding things to make videos about sometimes, but at the same time, I'm not sure what direction my channel is going to go, and I said that before. I'm working more, so I have less time now, and I'm also working on this book that I've have been editing. The goal is to start querying. I thought I was going to query by the end of summer. I don't know about that now. I'm still trying to figure out a pen name, and I'm still trying to fine tune it, have people read it. Beta readers, it's getting harder to get like feedback back from them because people have life and life is lifing and our country is on fire. But I'm constantly editing and rewriting and trying to make this story the best it can be. And I know that when I'm in my writing bag, my reading goes down, and when I'm in my reading bag, my writing goes down. So it's a balancing act when it comes to that. There are a few ideas I have swirling around in my head if I like some upcoming reads. And I do want to get back to doing lives as well. It has been a few months since I've done a live. Hopefully I will have one up for you guys soon to come and just chill and talk like we always do, but also get a slight amount of work done. So thanks so much for continuing to support me on this channel. If you like this video, make sure and hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!